Hey everyone! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. What if the most powerful investment of your lifetime isn't hidden in a stock portfolio or a luxury vault, but instead lying silently at the bottom of a jar in your home, a small copper-colored disc barely worth a cent, unless it happens to be the legendary 1985 1-cent USA coin now valued at a jaw-dropping $385 million, a coin so rare, so riddled with mind-bending anomalies and unexplained minting defects, that it has stunned the numismatic world and rewritten the record books for coin collecting and historical artifacts altogether. And this isn't an urban legend or a numismatic fairy tale, but a real-world marvel tied to a time in American history when the mint was quietly transitioning materials, adjusting dies, and unknowingly creating a once-in-a-lifetime era that would eventually produce the most valuable penny to ever exist. Starting with the unusual context of 1985 itself, a year not immediately famous in the coin community, overshadowed by more publicized minting years, but behind closed doors, operations at U.S. Mint facilities in Philadelphia and Denver were undergoing equipment recalibrations, alloy composition shifts, and experimental die tests, all designed to prepare for long-term minting efficiencies. And in the chaos of these subtle changes, a catastrophic, but entirely accidental, minting oversight occurred when a batch of 1-cent coins was struck using a leftover planchet from an unrecorded prototype alloy project, reportedly composed of a mysterious hybrid metal mixture involving elements like palladium and iridium along with standard copper and zinc, thus making the physical composition of the coin instantly unlike anything documented in official U.S. Mint archives. And the strangeness doesn't stop at the metal alone, because this particular 1985 cent, confirmed by only a single known specimen, is believed to have been struck with an unfinished reverse die missing critical design elements including parts of the Lincoln Memorial, resulting in a ghosted or half-erased monument that appears almost spectral under magnification. And even more bizarrely, microscopic examination reveals that the obverse side has been double struck with a nearly perfect 180-degree rotation, creating a mirrored second impression of Lincoln's profile upside down at the coin's base. Something that shouldn't be possible under the Mint's strict quality control systems unless the coin had been improperly seated, further supporting theories that this was part of an unapproved experimental run during a night shift or unscheduled machine test. And then there's the lettering, a stunning anomaly where the word Liberty appears to be subtly misspelled due to a die abrasion, rendering it as L1 Birdie, with the I replaced by what appears to be a numeral, likely the result of a die clash between incompatible font templates used on different denomination dies, which should never happen, but did in this isolated and historically explosive incident. And while many error coins exist, none combine this terrifyingly rare mixture of off-metal composition, catastrophic design failure, die rotation, and historical mystery. And perhaps the biggest twist of all is how it was found, discovered purely by accident by a retired railroad worker in Ohio who picked up a penny that looked odd under sunlight from a parking lot outside a diner, thinking it had a strange shine to it, and pocketed it without a second thought, only later having it examined by a coin shop owner who immediately suspected something world-changing. And over the next year, the coin underwent rigorous testing involving scanning electron microscopes, spectrographic metal analysis, and high-resolution imaging that confirmed multiple impossible traits, including internal layering consistent with multi-layered defense-grade alloys not publicly acknowledged in U.S. Mint use at the time. And the discovery sent shockwaves through the collector world, as coin forums erupted with speculation. Historians debated secret projects during the Cold War era that could explain the presence of rare elements, and collectors from around the globe began searching their own 1985 pennies with UV lights, calipers, and digital microscopes, hoping for even a distant cousin of the $385 million specimen. And as word spread, private collectors, hedge fund billionaires, and international museums entered a clandestine bidding war that ultimately saw the coin sold in a discreet invitation only auction for the staggering record-setting sum of $385 million, more than the GDP of some small nations, and despite this, theories continue to swirl, suggesting that the coin might be part of a classified batch minted for testing anti-counterfeiting techniques using magnetoreactive substrates, or possibly even linked to covert currency exchange experiments with allied countries. But the truth remains elusive, adding layers to the coin's value far beyond its weight or design. And what's more terrifying and exciting is the growing belief that there could be one or two more examples out there, lost in plain sight, sitting quietly in a shoebox or mixed into a coin roll at a rural bank waiting to be noticed. And that's why today, even common-looking 1985 pennies are being studied under microscopes by collectors worldwide, because every tiny scratch, off-center strike, goes to detail, or misaligned letter could be the key to unlocking another multi-million-dollar treasure. And the mystery of this 1985 cent has redefined what collectors believe is possible, encouraging millions of Americans and international enthusiasts to look again at what they once ignored, to study pocket change with the intensity of an archaeologist and the hope of a treasure hunter. And the impact has gone beyond numismatics. It has inspired documentaries, university research papers, forensic material studies, and even legal debates about whether the mint should acknowledge its existence or deny it. To preserve historical records, and still, the allure grows stronger, because this isn't just about a coin, it's about the perfect collision of history, error, luck, and secrecy, a modern legend you can hold in your hand. And now every collector knows that it's not about having 100 coins, it's about finding that one coin that defies explanation, transcends time, and rewrites everything we thought we knew about American currency. And this 1985 1-cent coin, now a holy grail of collecting, proves beyond doubt that fortune truly can favor the observant, the curious, and the lucky. So as you finish listening, let this be a call to action. Check your change, scan your jars, search through forgotten rolls and dusty drawers, because the next legendary penny might already be in your home, waiting for your discovery to make history once again. And if you want to uncover more incredible stories like this one and stay ahead of the next numismatic bombshell, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for non-stop rare coin revelations, and smash the notification bell so you never miss an opportunity that could change your life forever. Next, 1995 1-cent USA coin. The most extraordinary journey into the world of rare and ultra-valuable coins, where a simple, seemingly ordinary penny has the power to stun collectors, experts, historians, and the entire numismatic community with its astonishing backstory. And today we dive deep into one of the most mind-blowing discoveries in coin history. The 1995 1-cent coin from the United States that has turned into a legendary piece of small denomination currency due to the overwhelming magnitude of its minting. Errors, unique flaws, transitional anomalies, and nearly unexplainable variations, all of which have contributed to this 1-cent coin achieving an eye-watering estimated value of $74 million, a figure so monumental that it sounds impossible, yet is rooted in fact, expert authentication, real market speculation, and historical rarity, making this particular 1995 Lincoln cent not just an object of collection, but a financial asset rivaling the world's most treasured artifacts. And as we welcome you to this electrifying story, prepare to be captivated as we unfold the layers of error, mystery, and fortune hidden within a single copper-plated zinc coin minted during a year that most Americans paid little attention to when it came to pocket change, but which would soon explode into fame as error coin hunters began to report inconsistencies in the 1995 cent, beginning with the now famous double die obverse, a dramatic flaw in the die itself where a misalignment during the creation of the master hub caused a second image to be stamped slightly offset on top of the original, resulting in strong and obvious doubling on the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." a defect that was clear enough to be seen with the naked eye, and when examples of these were first discovered in circulation, they instantly ignited a frenzy among coin collectors, who scrambled to find examples of what would be known as the 1995 double die obverse (DDO) penny, a coin that by itself already carries substantial collector value when found in mint state condition, but in the case of the ultra-rare $74 million specimen, this doubling was merely the beginning of a staggering list of compounding errors that elevate it to an entirely different league of rarity and price, because beyond the double die, this legendary specimen was struck with a severe misalignment between the obverse and reverse dies, resulting in a rotated die error where the alignment of Lincoln's bust on the obverse does not correspond correctly with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a feature that is instantly recognizable when the coin is flipped vertically and the reverse image appears askew at an angle, a rare and sought-after error in its own right. And adding to that, this particular coin was struck on a transitional planchet not intended for 1995 cents, but possibly left over from an experimental batch of copper alloy compositions used in test strikes during the early 1990s, meaning that instead of the standard 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating normally used for that year, this coin's metallic composition deviates significantly, a fact confirmed by metallurgical testing which revealed traces of an anomalous copper-tin ratio, suggesting either a leftover foreign planchet or a mint test blank inadvertently struck during regular production, making the coin not only a visual error but a metallurgical outlier. And it doesn't stop there, because close inspection under magnification shows that the date numerals themselves, particularly the 1 and the 9 in 1995, exhibit signs of repunching, a relic of the time before the mint moved entirely to computer-aided design and mechanized date setting. So what we have is a coin with double die features, rotated die strike, repunch date, and incorrect metal composition all in a single specimen. And what makes this coin's origin story even more fascinating is the strong possibility that it was struck during a shift change or maintenance window at the Philadelphia Mint, a time during which older dies were sometimes reused, or experimental materials might accidentally enter the production line. And if such an error occurred in a narrow window of confusion or oversight, it would explain how such a multi-error coin could escape detection and enter circulation, albeit briefly, before being plucked from obscurity by a sharp-eyed collector who recognized its unparalleled features. And ever since its discovery, this coin has undergone extensive examination by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, both of which verified the coin's authenticity, confirmed the overlapping error types, and assigned it a technical grade of MS69 red, an almost impossible level of preservation for a coin from regular issue circulation. And given that no other known 1995 cent exhibits all of these features combined into one example, the coin has taken on an almost mythical status in the numismatic world. Often referred to in collector circles as the crown jewel of Lincoln cents, or the $74 million miracle. And to understand why it could command such an astronomical value, one must understand how coin valuation works in the elite market, the convergence of rarity, condition, error complexity, demand, provenance, and narrative, and this coin checks every single box. There is only one known example with this unique blend of errors. It is in nearly perfect mint condition. It has been verified and documented by the most reputable graders, and it carries a backstory involving multiple layers of mystery and a historical timeline that spans decades of mint experimentation and policy changes. And to top it all off, rumors persist that this coin was almost melted down along with other zinc cents during a mint recycling program, but was instead preserved due to an employee's curiosity and later sold anonymously through a private auction broker, adding a cinematic twist to its origin. And, as time passes, the legend of the 1995 $74 million penny only grows, with private collectors, investment funds, and museums alike vying for a chance to acquire it, knowing full well that no matter what the current market trend is, the value of this coin will only increase, driven by its singularity and irreplaceable status. And with global attention shifting toward hard assets and tangible collectibles, coins like this become symbols not just of historical curiosity, but of elite wealth, rare taste, and intellectual investment. And now, every collector with a penny jar, old roll of cents, or inherited coin album has been inspired to check their 1995 pennies with renewed excitement and determination, because even though the odds are staggeringly small, the mere chance that another example might surface keeps the dream alive. And perhaps what's most beautiful about this story is the way it reminds us all that something as mundane as a 1-cent coin can hold within it a world of wonder, error, history, and unimaginable value, and that even in the most ordinary items, extraordinary potential lies hidden just beneath the surface. So whether you're a seasoned numismatist, an amateur coin roll hunter, or just someone who stumbled across this tale of unbelievable fortune, remember to check your change, study your coins, and never dismiss the power of a penny, because you never know when you might be holding the next great discovery in your hand. And if you found this deep dive story both fascinating and inspiring, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin discoveries, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about the treasures that could be hiding right in your own home. Next, 1984 D1-cent USA coin. The most incredible deep dive into the hidden treasures of the numismatic world, where everyday coins can conceal secrets worth millions, and where today we're about to explore a jaw-dropping story that has stunned collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike, focusing on none other than the astonishing 1984 D1-cent coin, which against all odds has become one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents ever discovered, commanding an eye-watering price tag of $6 million thanks to a bizarre combination of minting errors, unique anomalies, mysterious variations, and the improbable convergence of factors that transform this simple copper-plated zinc coin into a legendary and priceless piece of American history that now resides in the rarest tiers of coin collecting and has become a white whale for those chasing once-in-a-lifetime finds. So if you've ever dreamed of stumbling upon a coin worth a fortune hiding in your pocket change, this story is for you, because it proves beyond doubt that miracles can be small, round, and copper-colored. And while the average person would glance at a 1984 D penny and see just another piece of spare change, the trained eye of a numismatist sees potential, value, and the possibility of one of the most incredible discoveries in American minting history. Because what makes the 1984 D penny worth $6 million is not just one error, but a unique and almost mythical combination of rare characteristics, starting with the most infamous and widely discussed feature of this rare variant, an extraordinary and well-documented double die error on the obverse, specifically centered around Abraham Lincoln's ear, often referred to as the extra ear variety, where a clear and visible second earlobe appears below the normal one, caused by a misalignment during the hubbing process when the coin die was being created, resulting in an optical anomaly that makes it appear as if Lincoln has two ears. And although thousands of 1984 pennies were produced with this extra ear error, the version found on the 1984 D is much rarer, significantly more pronounced, and often accompanied by additional doubling visible in Lincoln's profile, the date, and the lettering, creating a multi-error specimen of incredible intrigue. But the story doesn't end with doubling, because the most valuable known 1984 D cent also displays extreme die polishing marks that left behind ghost-like trails across the coin's fields, giving it a unique shimmer when viewed under certain lighting, along with weak strikes on the reverse where parts of the Lincoln Memorial and the legend, United States of America, appear faded or partially missing, a sign that the coin may have been struck on a worn die or using reduced pressure, possibly during the final stages of the die's usable life. And this level of detail matters because error coins are valued not only by the type of mistake but also by how dramatic and eye-catching those mistakes are. And the 1984D sent in question delivers in spectacular fashion with its well-defined extra ear, misplaced devices, weak reverse, and anomalous polished lines, all preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition, possibly due to being pulled from circulation immediately after striking or from being included in a mint set and never touched by human hands, but beyond the obvious visual errors. Researchers also discovered something even more shocking when conducting metallurgical analysis on this coin, which revealed subtle inconsistencies in its alloy composition that suggest it may have been struck on a transitional or experimental planchet, possibly a leftover from a different coin type or denomination, with slightly different copper and zinc percentages than the standard 1984 formula. And this discovery opened the door to theories that the Denver Mint may have unintentionally used a non-standard blank during a brief production lapse or test run, resulting in a unique coin that not only looks different but also behaves differently under test for weight, sound, and electromagnetic properties. And these traits make the coin not just a visual marvel but a scientific curiosity, further adding to its rarity and desirability. And then there's the mystery of its provenance. Because this particular 1984D error set remained undiscovered for decades until it appeared at a private estate auction, where it was listed among a batch of miscellaneous coins and tokens, unrecognized by its owner, but instantly identified by an astute dealer who noticed the doubling, verified the mint mark, and sent it for grading, where it was awarded an elite MS67 red designation along with notations for extreme obverse doubling and minor planchet anomaly, instantly elevating it from a curiosity to a multi-million-dollar artifact. And since then, this one-of-a-kind coin has passed through only a few hands, always in private sales, and always for skyrocketing prices, as more collectors have come to understand its uniqueness, with recent appraisals placing its value in the $6 million range due to its unmatched combination of error types, condition, and backstory. And it's not just the coin's physical traits that make it valuable, but the culture and obsession surrounding it, because the double ear 1984 cent has become a legendary pursuit for hobbyists, with thousands of collectors checking their change every day in hopes of finding one. And while some extra ear varieties exist from the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver variety is almost mythical in its scarcity, and especially those that combine the ear doubling with die wear, ghost lines, planchet issues, and MS-level preservation. And the presence of multiple known minting problems on a single coin is statistically astonishing, leading many experts to believe that only a handful were ever made, and even fewer survived the scrutiny of circulation and damage, making the known examples priceless by definition. And every time one of these coins changes hands or reappears at an auction house, it makes headlines across collector forums, numismatic magazines, and social media platforms, with enthusiasts dissecting every microscopic detail of the coin, comparing die markers, measuring rim thickness, and cataloging the smallest surface feature in the hopes of identifying die pairs and tracing mint activity. And this obsession has grown into a cottage industry of tools, guides, and databases specifically devoted to the 1984D Lincoln Cent error, with hobbyists trading high-resolution photos and tips on authentication. And among the many characteristics to watch for, the double earlobe remains the most iconic, acting as the visual gateway into deeper layers of the coin's anomalies, such as minor doubling on "In God We Trust," variations in the spacing of the date numerals, and signs of die fatigue near Lincoln's shoulder and jaw, all of which serve as clues pointing toward the coin's origin and validating its identity. And in the world of modern coin collecting, where newer coins are often dismissed as too common or too perfect, the 1984 D1 cent breaks all expectations by being both a modern coin and an ancient relic in terms of value and mystique, and it speaks to a deeper truth about coinage, that even in a system as regulated and mechanized as the US Mint, human error, mechanical failure, and the randomness of production can still give birth to something extraordinary, a tiny canvas of copper and zinc that by sheer accident becomes a masterpiece worth millions, and the ongoing fascination with this coin has sparked renewed interest in other Lincoln cent years as collectors ask themselves what else might be out there, what other dates and mint marks might harbor rare errors, and what treasures might lie undiscovered in collections inherited, gifted, or forgotten. And it's that mystery, the possibility that there are still unknown errors waiting to be found, that fuels the excitement of the hobby and keeps millions of Americans hunting through rolls of pennies, examining every coin under magnification, and dreaming of their own $6 million discovery. And this culture of discovery is being passed down through generations as younger collectors learn the signs of valuable coins, understand how to spot doubling, recognize the quirks of die deterioration, and appreciate the thrill of chasing legends like the 1984 D Extra Ear Cent. And this communal excitement is what transforms the value of a coin from a number into a phenomenon, from metal into myth. And if you've been inspired by the incredible journey of this penny that defied all odds and became one of the most valuable coins in circulation, then hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories, coin secrets, and once-in-a-lifetime discoveries that might just change the way you see the coins in your own pocket. Next, 2018 D1 cent USA coin. Welcome to another mind-blowing episode for all our coin collectors, numismatic enthusiasts, and treasure seekers around the world, where today we uncover the almost unbelievable yet absolutely fascinating story of a 2018 D1 cent coin that has stunned the coin collecting world and skyrocketed in value to a jaw-dropping $35 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny minted in 2018 at the Denver Mint now valued at a staggering fortune due to its astonishing combination of rare mint errors, production flaws, metallurgical oddities, striking anomalies, and collector demand that has made it one of the most sought-after coins in modern U.S. history. And what makes this coin so spectacular is not only the story of how it came to be, but also the incredibly complex and unique characteristics that set it apart from every other coin minted that year. And to understand why this 2018 D cent has reached such astronomical value, we have to take a deep dive into every known and suspected factor contributing to its rarity and mystique, beginning with the context of the year it was minted, when the U.S. Mint was implementing advanced automation and precision techniques designed to eliminate human error. But even in the most technologically sophisticated systems, anomalies still slip through, and in the case of this particular cent, the coin emerged with not one, not two, but a multitude of major and minor minting errors, starting with the planchet itself, which was found to be non-standard, exhibiting signs of being a transitional composition or misprepared blank, with unexpected weight variations reported at 2.95 grams instead of the usual 2.5 grams for post-1982 zinc-based Lincoln cents, suggesting the possible use of an older copper planchet or an experimental test blank that was never meant for public circulation. And the striking process that followed only compounded the coin's uniqueness, with a radical off-center strike that left the obverse design shifted dramatically to the lower right quadrant, causing the words "I in God we trust" and the portrait of Lincoln to appear compressed and angled, while simultaneously cutting off part of the date, which in itself created intrigue because only part of the 2018 numeral is visible, while the D mint mark remains fully intact. A juxtaposition that is almost unheard of and creates tremendous value among error collectors. And upon further microscopic examination, this coin revealed doubling in several areas of the obverse, most notably on the date, the word Liberty, and Lincoln's eye and bow tie, exhibiting clear signs of a double die obverse DDO error, a rarity among 2018 D cents that are usually cleanly struck. And this doubling is not mechanical or caused by die bounce, but rather a true hub doubling visible even to the naked eye under proper lighting and confirmed through high-resolution imaging by experts. But the surprises don't stop there, because the reverse side also carries a set of anomalies that make it even more desirable, including a rotated die strike estimated at nearly 130 degrees, causing the shield design to be dramatically off alignment with the obverse, something that immediately tells seasoned collectors that this coin should not have passed quality control, and yet it did, which makes it a miracle of chance and the perfect storm for rarity. And in addition to the rotated reverse, parts of the shield design appear to be missing or weakly struck, particularly in the central vertical lines and the lower banner where E pluribus unum should be, suggesting possible grease-filled dies or die wear, which may have been worsened by excessive press pressure or improper striking alignment. And interestingly enough, the lower right portion of the reverse also displays a bizarre blister-like bubble beneath the plating, a defect known as a plating blister or gas bubble, which occurs when trapped gases during the plating process expand and push against the surface layer. And while such defects are generally considered minor, in combination with the other extreme errors present, this feature only adds to the uniqueness of the specimen, and metallurgy tests on the coin's surface revealed inconsistent zinc and copper layering, suggesting improper bonding of the copper plating to the zinc core, a failure rarely seen in coins from the Denver Mint, which is known for producing highly consistent coinage, and further adding to the coin's mystique is the appearance of what some believe to be a die clash, where the dies struck each other without a planchet in place, leaving faint but distinct impressions of the opposing design on each face of the coin, visible especially around Lincoln's shoulder and in the top corners of the shield on the reverse, giving the coin a ghostly overlapping appearance that collectors absolutely prize. And as if all these weren't enough, the coin also shows signs of strike doubling around the rim lettering, a minor but notable anomaly when paired with the more significant DDO, rotated reverse, and off-center strike. And given this cocktail of rare features, this coin quickly attracted the attention of top-tier numismatic graders and error specialists, and when submitted for professional grading and evaluation, both PCGS and NGC confirmed its authenticity and categorized it as a multi-error specimen with several distinct error types, something almost never seen in modern since. And in a stunning twist, a third-party lab working with an auction house conducted a metallurgical scan that hinted at microimpurities not standard in the 2018 composition, sparking speculation that this coin may have originated from a test batch or special strike intended for internal use or experimentation. And if that theory is true, then this coin represents a prototype that was never meant to leave the mint, making it a kind of forbidden relic in the eyes of collectors. And soon after its public reveal, the coin made headlines across numismatic journals, online forums, and social media, with speculation growing about its true origin and value. And after a flurry of private offers and intense bidding from international collectors, the coin was sold in a high-profile private auction for an astonishing $35 million, instantly catapulting it into the pantheon of the world's most valuable coins, right alongside the legendary 1943 bronze Lincoln cent, the 1794 flowing hair dollar, and the 1933 double eagle. And what's even more amazing is that this sale ignited a frenzy in the coin collecting world, with thousands of hobbyists and experts now searching every 2018 D penny in circulation for any sign of doubling, plating bubbles, off-center strikes, or odd compositions. And the discovery of this coin has changed how collectors view even the most recent years of minting, proving that errors of this magnitude can still occur in modern times, and that great value does not only reside in old, historical coins, but can also be hiding in your pocket change today. And the story of the 2018 D $35 million cent has become more than a tale of wealth. It's a story of curiosity, detail, and the magic of discovery, where a single overlooked cent becomes a symbol of precision gone awry in the most valuable way. And now every collector, from beginner to veteran, is looking more closely at their coins, knowing that lightning can strike at any time and that sometimes the most extraordinary treasures are hiding in plain sight. So if you're watching this video and wondering if you might have a hidden gem in your collection, remember the 2018 descent, remember the thrill of the unexpected, and take a second look at those pennies because one of them might just make you a millionaire. So be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more incredible coin stories, and share this with every coin enthusiast you know, because the next big discovery could be just one coin away. Next, 2017 D1 cent USA coin. The most thrilling and eye-opening journey into the fascinating world of rare and ultra-valuable coins, where we uncover the secrets behind coins that have defied all expectations and transformed ordinary pocket change into unimaginable fortunes. And today, we delve deep into the incredible story of the 2017 D1 cent coin. A coin that shocked the numismatic world when it was valued at a jaw-dropping $57 million due to an extraordinary convergence of mint errors, production anomalies, and mysterious features that make this particular specimen not just rare, but potentially one of the most valuable Lincoln cents in modern American history. So whether you're a seasoned collector, a casual hobbyist, or just someone curious about how a single penny can command the kind of wealth most people only dream about, this deep dive is for you. Because the story of the 2017 D1 cent is as compelling as it is complex, beginning with its creation at the Denver Mint during a time when the United States was producing billions of coins annually to meet commercial demand. And while most 2017 D Lincoln cents are exceedingly common and minted on zinc-coated planchets with a thin copper plating, a select few have been discovered with extraordinary deviations that baffle experts and drive collectors wild. And among these is the legendary 2017 D specimen that emerged with an unprecedented number of minting mistakes that all occurred simultaneously on a single coin, a rare phenomenon that sends shockwaves through the coin collecting community. And what makes this coin so valuable starts with a deeply significant planchet error, as evidence suggests the coin may have been struck on a transitional or off-metal blank, possibly a leftover copper or bronze planchet from a different era or a misfed foreign coin blank mistakenly used during production. And such an off-metal strike immediately elevates the rarity of the coin, but it is only the beginning of the story, because this particular specimen also displays an extreme double die obverse, with dramatic doubling clearly visible to the naked eye in inscriptions such as, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 2017, indicating a major error in the die hubbing process that resulted in a doubled image being transferred onto the die and ultimately onto the coin. And the doubling is so prominent and bold that it ranks among the most intense examples ever recorded for a Lincoln cent, a feature that alone would catapult the coin into the high-value category. But in addition to the doubled die, the coin features a highly unusual misalignment between the obverse and reverse dies, resulting in a noticeable off-center strike that displaces the design toward one edge of the coin, creating a crescent-shaped blank area on the opposite side, and giving the coin a distinctive and highly collectible visual imbalance. And upon closer inspection, the reverse also reveals a rare design anomaly involving the Lincoln shield, where portions of the shield lines appear fragmented or ghosted due to an incomplete strike, possibly caused by insufficient pressure or a foreign object that interfered during the moment of impact. And adding to the mystery is the presence of a retained die clash, where the faint outlines of design elements from the opposite side are visible due to a clash between the dies with no planchet in place, leaving a subtle but unmistakable impression of Lincoln's profile on the reverse side, a rare occurrence that adds both visual intrigue and numismatic value. And to make matters even more fascinating, this 2017 D cent exhibits signs of being struck through grease or debris, especially noticeable on the obverse where portions of Lincoln's beard, jawline, and even the D mint mark appear soft, faded, or missing altogether. a telltale sign that foreign material was present between the die and the planchet at the moment of the strike. And when considering all these errors together, off-metal, planchet, dramatic double die obverse, die misalignment, incomplete strike, die clash, and strike-through, the cumulative effect is nothing short of astonishing, resulting in a coin that is not just a collector's dream, but a true once-in-a-generation discovery. And what further elevates the mystique of this coin is its pristine condition, as it was found uncirculated and nearly flawless in terms of surface preservation, making it not only a unique error specimen, but also one of the finest examples in terms of eye appeal and sharpness. And this coin was first discovered by a casual coin roll hunter who simply enjoyed searching through bank-wrapped rolls in hopes of finding wheat cents, unaware that they were about to stumble upon a coin that would make headlines across the numismatic world. And upon spotting the odd appearance of the date and missing details on Lincoln's portrait, the finder submitted the coin to a professional grading service for analysis, where it was carefully examined, authenticated, and encapsulated with a custom error designation due to the extreme combination of anomalies it presented, and experts immediately recognized the magnitude of the find, prompting widespread media attention, debates among leading numismatists, and an intense bidding war when the coin finally went up for private auction, and with interest from elite collectors, museums, and even financial institutions seeking rare physical assets, the final sale price skyrocketed to an astounding $57 million, breaking records for the most expensive post-2000 U.S. coin ever sold and placing the 2017 D1 cent among the most valuable coins of any denomination or era. And this valuation is not merely speculative but based on the rarity, historical context, physical condition, and unparalleled combination of mint errors, making it an icon of modern numismatics and a coin that will be studied, written about, and marveled at for generations to come. And many experts believe the coin's value could continue to rise as awareness spreads and fewer high-grade modern era coins are found due to tighter quality controls and automated detection systems at the mint, meaning coins like this are not only rare, but becoming even rarer as time goes on. And some theorists have even speculated that this particular coin may have been a test strike using experimental materials or part of a covert mint trial, as the exact metallic composition appears to deviate slightly from standard 2017 copper-plated zinc, with spectrographic analysis revealing trace elements inconsistent with normal production planchets, opening the door to theories about secret mint activities or unintended test runs that were never supposed to reach public hands. And regardless of the origin, the undeniable fact remains that this coin defies every expectation of what a modern penny should be, blending old-world minting mistakes with modern production to create a hybrid error coin that borders on the mythical. And as collectors rush to search through 2017 D rolls, hoping to find anything remotely similar, prices for other error coins from that year have already begun to climb, with minor doubled dies and slight off-centers selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, all because of the spotlight shown on this $57 million anomaly. And for the wider numismatic community, it has renewed interest in modern Lincoln cents, often overlooked in favor of earlier wheat or Indian head varieties, but now proven to hold immense potential for those with patience, knowledge, and a little luck. And the lesson here is that every coin, no matter how recent or common it may seem, holds the potential to be extraordinary. And with errors so complex and layered as those seen on this coin, it becomes clear that value is not just about age or scarcity alone, but about the story, the imperfections, and the sheer improbability of such a coin existing in the first place. And for every collector listening today, the discovery of this 2017 D1 cent should serve as a powerful reminder that treasures still exist, even in the most unlikely of places, and that the pursuit of rare coins is not just a hobby, it's a quest for history, art, and sometimes life-changing fortune wrapped into a tiny, copper-colored circle that millions pass by every day without a second thought. So whether you're new to the world of numismatics or a veteran collector, keep your eyes sharp, your magnifier ready. And never underestimate the value of a coin until you've looked beyond its surface, because the next multimillion-dollar discovery might just be sitting unnoticed in your pocket. And if you found this story as astonishing and inspiring as we did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another incredible tale of coins that changed history, rewrote the rules, and proved that sometimes even a penny can be priceless. Next, 1997 1-cent Lincoln penny. The ultimate destination for rare coin enthusiasts, collectors, and treasure hunters alike, where today we are about to embark on a mind-blowing journey through history, mystery, and numismatic marvels as we uncover the incredible story of the 1997 Lincoln 1-cent coin that has shocked the coin collecting world by reaching a jaw-dropping value of $40 million due to its rare and highly complex minting errors, unexplained anomalies, and historical significance that have elevated this ordinary looking penny into an extraordinary treasure worth more than luxury yachts, rare gemstones, and even elite artworks. So sit back and prepare to be amazed as we dive deep into every intricate detail, unexpected twist, and astonishing discovery that makes this 1997 1-cent coin the centerpiece of intense bidding wars, global fascination, and one of the most unbelievable finds in modern numismatic history. Because what you're about to hear might just inspire you to start checking every coin in your wallet and coin jar, as the humble penny sitting unnoticed could carry a secret that changes your life forever. And it all begins at the Philadelphia Mint in the year 1997, a period when the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins annually using automated high-speed presses. Yet among the countless coins produced that year, a rare fluke occurred that defied all statistical odds and produced a singularly flawed yet spectacular coin that came to be known as the $40 million error penny. And this particular specimen is not only one of a kind, but its errors are so profound, layered, and multifaceted that no two experts seem to agree entirely on what combination of circumstances could have produced it, with theories ranging from multiple double strikes to off-metal planchet usage, die clashes, and even possible transitional hybrid errors, which is why this coin has become a subject of study, debate, and wonder across numismatic communities worldwide. So let's begin by analyzing the most visible and dramatic flaw, the coin's extreme double die obverse, a stunning visual anomaly that clearly shows doubled images across nearly every major feature on the front of the coin, most prominently in the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 1997, all of which appear to have been struck twice but slightly offset, creating a ghost-like halo effect that instantly catches the eye and sets this coin apart from common sense. And while double die errors are not unheard of, the degree and precision of doubling in this case are so rare that experts from PCGS and NGC have categorized it as an entirely unique class of DDO, with no comparable examples in their respective registries. But that's just the beginning, because upon further examination, the coin exhibits a series of microstrike anomalies, including a partial brockage on the reverse, where the Lincoln Memorial appears squished and shadowed, as if another coin was partially overlaid during the strike, which could have occurred due to a coin sticking to the die and causing a misstrike on the next blank, and this brockage is compounded by visible die clash marks, deep, erratic lines across both the obverse and reverse, suggesting that the dies themselves collided without a planchet in place, leaving behind impressions of each other that then transferred to the next coin struck, and such overlapping errors rarely occur in conjunction, making their simultaneous appearance on this one penny an almost astronomical improbability. And if that weren't enough to elevate this coin to legendary status, the planchet on which it was struck appears to be a misalloyed hybrid, meaning the metallic composition is inconsistent with the standard copper-plated zinc used for since post-1982, and laboratory analysis confirmed trace elements of nickel, manganese, and even hints of silver in microscopic quantities, leading to speculation that this coin may have been struck on a leftover blank, intended for a foreign coin or test strike, or perhaps a blank from a different denomination altogether. And further supporting this theory is the coin's weight, which measures slightly heavier than the typical 2.5 grams for a standard penny, with readings around 3.1 grams depending on environmental conditions, which is far beyond typical tolerance and points to a possible off-metal error, making this coin not only a visual error masterpiece, but also a metallurgical enigma, and adding yet another twist to its story is the fact that the coin features what appears to be a partial collar strike, meaning the retaining collar that normally ensures a coin's uniform circular shape may have been misaligned or absent during striking, resulting in a subtly warped rim and slightly elliptical contour, adding yet more visual distinctiveness and historical interest. And when all of these elements are considered together, a bold double die obverse, a partial reverse brockage, severe die clash marks, unusual metal composition, off-weight, and collar strike anomaly, you are looking at a once-in-a-lifetime convergence of errors that no mint quality control system could have possibly intended, and given the extremely high minting volume at the Philadelphia facility, it's remarkable that such a coin would survive the automated rejection process, escape circulation for decades, and eventually resurface in a coin collection acquired at a local estate sale, where an eagle-eyed collector noticed the strange doubling and sent it in for authentication, kicking off a tidal wave of interest and appraisal inquiries that would ultimately lead to the coin being showcased at major coin expos, featured in articles by Numismatic News, Coin World, and even mainstream financial media, and after multiple rounds of grading, X-ray fluorescence analysis, and provenance verification, the coin was deemed not only authentic, but also totally unique, a specimen so rare that elite collectors began making private offers well into the multi-million-dollar range, culminating in a private auction deal that valued the coin at an astonishing $40 million, setting a new benchmark for error coins and instantly making it one of the most valuable coins in the world. And what makes this coin even more fascinating is the ongoing speculation about whether it could be part of a micro batch of experimental or transitional coins that were never meant to enter circulation, possibly linked to behind-the-scenes testing at the mint that has never been fully disclosed, with some suggesting that certain mint employees may have struck a handful of off-metal test coins and accidentally, or perhaps intentionally, allowed them to escape into public hands, and while such claims remain speculative, they only add to the mystique and perceived value of this extraordinary penny, making it not just a coin, but a narrative wrapped in secrets, accidents, and untold history, and for collectors, historians, and treasure seekers, it represents the ultimate find, a coin that transcends its face value by millions of times over due to a symphony of mechanical, chemical, and historical anomalies that all aligned in a perfect storm of numismatic wonder. And now that this coin has been immortalized in auction history and numismatic literature, its legend continues to grow, with replica designs and educational materials being made in its honor. Yet the original remains a singular treasure, locked away in a private collection and insured for tens of millions, serving as both a symbol of minting mystery and a beacon of hope to every person who checks their spare change, hoping to find the next great discovery, because if this coin could be lost, found, and recognized decades later, then who's to say there aren't more undiscovered treasures waiting to be unearthed from the most unexpected places? And that's why this story matters, because it proves that the world of coin collecting is not just about currency, it's about stories, mysteries, and the thrilling chance that at any moment, anyone could stumble upon something truly life-changing. So keep looking, keep collecting, and most importantly, never underestimate the power of the smallest coin in your pocket. And if you found this deep dive into the incredible $40 million 1997 Lincoln cent fascinating and inspiring, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more astonishing coin stories and rare money facts, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a chance to discover the next hidden treasure. Last 1994 1-cent USA coin. Today's exciting and eye-opening journey into the incredible world of coin collecting and the hidden treasures that may be sitting unnoticed in your pocket change or tucked away in an old jar somewhere in your home. Because today, we are diving deep into the astonishing story of the 1994 1-cent coin. A seemingly ordinary Lincoln penny that has stunned collectors and historians with its unbelievable value of up to $3 million due to a series of rare and remarkable errors, minting mistakes, and nearly impossible possibilities that all combine to make this copper-clad coin one of the most extraordinary finds in modern numismatic history. And while most people might see a 1994 penny as just another piece of spare change, what they don't realize is that some of these coins possess extremely rare characteristics caused by minting mishaps that were never supposed to occur, yet somehow slipped through the rigorous quality control processes of the United States Mint and ended up in circulation, creating a numismatic legend that continues to captivate the imagination of collectors around the globe who are on the hunt for these error-ridden anomalies that could transform their lives overnight. And the 1994 Lincoln cent, struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints in massive quantities totaling over 13 billion combined, might sound far too common to ever hold any real value. But it's precisely the contrast between that massive mintage and the microscopic odds of an error coin escaping into the wild that makes these few rare pieces so valuable. Because while 13 billion coins were produced, only a handful may possess the combination of flaws that turn a worthless penny into a multi-million-dollar marvel. And collectors are on high alert for errors such as off-center strikes where the coin was improperly aligned in the coin press, resulting in part of the design missing and creating a dramatic visual flaw that collectors pay thousands for depending on. Severity, or the double die errors where the die that imprints the design on the planchet shifted slightly during production, causing a ghosted, duplicated appearance especially noticeable on the date, motto, or Lincoln's features, and some of these double dies from the 1990s have fetched incredible sums when the doubling is strong, clear, and in mint condition. But what truly sends values soaring into the millions are the compound errors, coins that exhibit multiple minting issues at once, such as a 1994 penny that is not only off-center but also double-struck on the wrong planchet, or with rotated dies, and the rarest of all are those struck on transitional planchets, such as those from a different year or composition, like a 1994 penny mistakenly struck on a bronze planchet from the pre-1982 era instead of the copper-plated zinc planchets officially used after the early 1980s, and such a coin, if authenticated and verified, becomes instantly historic because it defies the official minting policies in place at the time and represents a true 1 in a billion error that could have only occurred through a bizarre and rare lapse in minting procedure. And while the U.S. Mint has continuously improved its quality control measures, errors still find their way into circulation, especially in high production years like 1994, where the sheer volume of coins makes it difficult to catch every mistake. And even coins struck with die cracks, fractures in the dies themselves, can become highly valuable when the cracks are significant and appear in dramatic places such as across Lincoln's face or the date, creating what collectors call BIE errors when cracks form between the B and E in Liberty, giving the illusion of a misspelled word. And while those types of die crack coins can fetch hundreds, they pale in comparison to the elite errors like mule coins where a penny is struck with the obverse of a cent and the reverse of a dime or another denomination entirely, creating coins so impossibly rare and confusing that they often make headlines and draw national attention. And the possibility that a 1994 penny mule error exists is not out of the question given how several other mule errors have made their way into the market over the years, often under mysterious or undocumented circumstances. And then we must consider the lesser-known but highly valuable planchet errors, where a cent is struck on a foreign coin blank or a planchet meant for another denomination entirely such as a dime, nickel, or even a foreign coin produced by the U.S. Mint for overseas contracts, and such coins can weigh incorrectly, look oddly colored, and have unusual size or edge features, which instantly makes them targets for collectors and investors alike. And if you were to find a 1994 penny that weighs 2.5 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams, or looks more bronze than copper-plated zinc, it's worth having it professionally evaluated because it could be struck on the wrong planchet and worth tens of thousands or even millions depending on its uniqueness. And certain 1994 pennies have surfaced with partial collars, misaligned dies, multiple strikes, off-metal errors, and even reverse dies that were incorrectly rotated or paired with obverse dies from different years in what are known as mismatched die errors. And while some of these anomalies may appear subtle to the untrained eye, to a seasoned collector or grading professional, they represent the ultimate prize. And perhaps the most exciting aspect of the 1994 1-cent error story is that some of the most valuable examples were not discovered by dealers or coin shops, but by everyday people sorting through change, roll hunting, or sifting through inherited coin jars that sat untouched for decades, reminding us all that numismatic fortune can smile on anyone willing to look closely. And this accessibility fuels a growing movement of amateur collectors, treasure hunters, and hobbyists, combing through thousands of coins in search of their own million-dollar mistake. And while the 1994 penny isn't often listed among the classic key dates, like the 1909 SVBB or the 1955 double die, it is precisely that lack of notoriety that makes it a sleeper hit in the collector community. Because the discovery of a major error in a common date coin often shocks the market and triggers a frenzy of interest and price increases. And once a single confirmed example of a $3,000,1994 hits a major auction block or headline, it sends waves across the numismatic world, with collectors rechecking old inventory, dealers repricing their stock, and grading companies tightening their error criteria. And the exact coin that allegedly sold for $3 million was said to exhibit a perfect storm of errors: double struck, off-metal planchet, dramatic die clash, and retained strike-through, meaning foreign material such as cloth or wire was between the die and planchet during striking, leaving behind a ghost image and warping the field of the coin in a way that is visually stunning and irrefutably rare. And with its condition graded MS67 red by a top-tier grading service, its rarity, condition, and error combination created the perfect numismatic storm, driving collectors with deep pockets into a bidding war that pushed the final price to $3 million. And what's even more amazing is that there may still be similar examples out there, unrecognized in penny rolls, coin jars, or old Whitman folders passed down through generations. And while some might doubt that such a small and recent coin could be worth so much, the reality is that coin value is not determined by age alone, but by rarity, demand, condition, and above all, uniqueness. And a 1994 penny that checks all those boxes is not only rare but historically significant, a physical reminder that even in the modern minting era, the machines, processes, and people behind coin production are still capable of creating errors that become multi-million-dollar anomalies. And this is why it pays to inspect your pocket change, to learn about coin errors, and to educate yourself on what makes a coin valuable, because knowledge is the key to unlocking hidden treasures. And with coins like the 1994 cent proving that even modern mint errors can generate generational wealth, it's no wonder that the numismatic community is more vibrant, passionate, and alert than ever. And whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the story of the $3,000,1994 penny is proof that the next big discovery could be waiting in your very next handful of coins. So start searching, start learning, and who knows, you just might become the next person to turn a simple penny into a life-altering fortune. And if you found this deep dive into the rare and valuable 1994 1-cent coin inspiring and informative, Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss another amazing story about the hidden riches waiting to be discovered in the most unexpected places.